Legendary country singer-songwriter and multi-instrumentalist Vince Gill has finally opened up about his time with the Eagles, one of the greatest rock bands ever. In a rare and undefended moment, Gill recounts his personal challenges, hidden impediments, and the epiphany that changed everything. He talks about what prompted him to stand up and what he has been keeping hidden all along. Gill's views have the potential to permanently alter how we view the Eagles. It is crucial to understand his background and how he joined the legendary Eagles before diving into his amazing career. Before becoming a well-known solo singer in the country music industry, Vince Gill started his career in bluegrass bands. Vince was the youngest of 3 children born to the Gill family on April 12, 1957, in Norman, Oklahoma. His perspective on music was greatly influenced by his parents, Stan and Jen Gill. Jen shared Stan's love of music and was able to play the harmonica and sing the girl. Stan was a talented musician who could play the guitar and banjo. Vince's parents exposed him to a variety of musical genres, including contemporary rock and roll. At the age of 5, Vince found his grandmother's guitar, and at 8, he started playing with his half-brother Bob. As he grew older, he received instruction from local guitarist J. Julian Atkins, who helped him get better. He even performed songs like "The House of the Rising Sun" to amuse his peers. Vince learned to play the bass guitar, do violin, banjo, mandolin, and other instruments when he brought his guitar to school for show and tell. He became interested in bluegrass music after he became friends with the son of one of his father's friends. By choosing to become a bluegrass musician and even forming his own bluegrass band, Mountain Smoke, Vince took a chance. Following his time with Pure Prairie League, he took a short break after high school and joined Rodney Crowell's backing band, the Cherry Bombs, as guitarist. Vince chose to pursue a career in country music on his own in 1984. He recorded for RCA Records Nashville for a few years, but his success was sporadic. In 1989, he signed a contract with MCA Nashville, beginning a new phase of his career that would fundamentally alter everything. In the first half of the 1990s, Vince's major label breakthrough began with his album When I Call Your Name. For him, this record changed everything and made him well known. In 1923, Vince collaborated with Reba McEntire on the hit Saw, The Heart Will Not Lie, demonstrating his prowess as a featured artist. He was part of a group of musicians performing Forever Country, the Recording Industry Association of America, and he collaborated with Chris Young on A Sober Saturday Night. All of Vince's albums from the 1990s were certified platinum or higher by Reba, and his best-selling album was certified quintuple platinum. As a member of one of the finest rock bands ever, Vince has won 22 Grammy Awards. His narrative starts with his modest upbringing in a rural village and then takes surprising turns as he rises to fame in American music. One of the Eagles' founding members, Glenn Frey, sadly died in 2016, startling the music industry. Frey was a great musician, and his compositions helped to shape the Eagles' recognizable sound, which blended rock and folk country elements to produce a timeless sound. When Vince Gill, a talented artist in his own right, was approached to join the group, the Eagles were thinking about these things. When the Eagles suddenly declared in 2017 that they would continue to perform live, Vince Gill and Len Frey's son Deacon Frey joined the band. The band wanted him to replace the emptiness caused by the recent death of the original founder, Glenn Frey, but this was unexpected because the Eagles had defined an entire musical epic. Glenn was one of the Eagles' original members and a well-known figure in the music business. The Eagles were unique because of his voice and style, and his death left a big void that was almost impossible to fill. Vince understood that Glenn could never be fully replaced. Supporters were shocked, interested, and even worried. Conversely, Vince offered his distinct vocal style and deep admiration for the music and its followers, who treasured it. When Vince eventually questioned himself why he was selected by the Eagles, co-founder Don Henley disclosed that Vince was the only applicant they had considered. He valued Vince's honesty, musical prowess, and consideration for the band's past. This was about keeping the Eagles' spirit and paying tribute to Glenn's memory, not just filling a void. For a long time, Vince Gill has kept quiet about his experience with the Eagles taking on this role. He has, however, recently shared his thoughts on what it has been like to play for the Eagles. In a recent interview, he talked about the strain of joining the group and how he honors Glenn Frey's history while still adding his own touch to the song. Vince admitted in the interview that there were moments when he doubted his ability to perform the music Glenn had produced since he believed it was not intended to be a clone of Glenn. His statements made it clear that he wanted to give the songs his own voice without undermining their original meaning. Vince stated in an interview that Glenn had a unique voice and a really specific way of singing these tunes. It would be hard for him to sound like him, but he is not trying. Instead, he is attempting to honor his memory while navigating the music on his own. Vince made some heartfelt remarks about how close he has gotten to the Eagles players, particularly Joe Walsh and Don Henley. Respect for one another and a shared appreciation of music have allowed them to form a tight bond. It has been a learning process, but it has also been very rewarding, according to Vince. After years of adulation, Vince acknowledged in a different interview that he is now sharing the stage with the Eagles and adopting their ideas. As the Eagles tour goes on, he does not seem to be slowing down and plans to continue. In the interview, Vince claimed to have been a member of the band for a long time, feeling comfortable and loving the relationship they developed. Even with the emotional scars and arguments, the band has been able to continue playing together. Their relationship carries the weight of their shared past, yet it is also their greatest strength and weakness. There was a time during Vince's time with the Eagles when everything almost ended. The band had been constantly on the road, practicing hard, and balancing the pressures of maintaining their illustrious reputation. Emotions were running high and everyone was carrying a heavy burden of expectations. But after a disagreement over a song arrangement during a rehearsal, Vince suggested a different approach to bring the iconic Smash song back to life. But disagreements arose, resulting in tense discussions. Feeling misunderstood and disappointed, Vince wondered if this might be his final game for the Eagles. Though he felt constrained by the financial commitment he had made to join the prestigious band, he contemplated leaving it. They left the rehearsal space and the growing tensions behind when Don Henley invited Vince to speak with him alone. They expressed appreciation for Vince's efforts to link his style to the band's past while also acknowledging the difficulties he was facing. In their candid conversation, they discovered that the tension was actually rooted in their mutual love of the music that had first drawn them together as well as their desire to work together to create something meaningful. Don told Vince that the band was expanding as artists and that his efforts were valued. The tension began to lessen as Vince's feeling of purpose returned. Vince Gill is incredibly motivating as he tells his incredible tale of his time with the Eagles. His success in this unique role can be attributed to his skill, humility, and respect for the band's past. The magic that happens when the Eagles and Vince Gill share the stage is undeniable, and the Eagle saga has a lot more to come. So viewers, for the next update please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.